I will say, I dropped Fat Boo, Majin Buu, and I went for 16. So my
Oh, okay. So you went the easiest road.
Well, I always liked 16 because I'm a grab guy. I love grabs. I played Tina in Dead or Alive.
Pretty handsy.
Yep. So my team right now is Vegeta, 16, Kid Buu.
Okay.
Yeah, right?
Like, hey, play who you want. I'm all about that. But man, you just listed like, what's the most degenerate team I can play? You found it.
Hey, look, I didn't say the worst I could do is switch out Vegeta with Goku Black. Or
No,
Kid Buu with
Vegeta
Goku Black.
is like up there. That assist is so good. It makes everybody's combos
but
way better.
His assist is good. Everything else about him is like
okay.
way mid-tier.
Yeah. But that assist is so good.
Yeah, no, the Japanese, the first like full-on Japanese tournament, he was in every finalist.
Doesn't surprise me because he's just a free. Let's extend this combo for a while. Button and.
I didn't get that. That's why it was so good. I just thought it was going to keep away or catching people off guard.
Ooh.
No, it extends combos like a motherfucker.
Yeah, it's real nice.
Welcome back to the Dragon Ball Viters cast.
Got the right people on here. Just need Kirran.
You have 2/3 of the right people here. That's a different cast. No, we're doing a very special, slightly different anime FMK today.
Slightly early edition.
Yeah. Well, we'll be doing the normal anime FMK a little later. We're starting a little early today because guess what, sports fans? Kirran did not get caught up on My Hero Academia, but we still really want to talk about it. So we invited Grant.
The switch hitter.
Yeah.
Everything is fine. Why, you ask?
Because I'm here.
You did it. You said the thing.
Yeah, very good.
Said the thing that the character that you like says.
Yep. That's what I did.
Yep.
Very good.
So yeah, speaking of seeing things that we like, but in a context where we don't like them. So we watched the first episode of My Hero Academia.
Season 3.
Yeah,
Season 3, yes.
I emphasize that.
Yeah, I watched it just this morning.
Oh, I watched it on Saturday when it came out, and then you picked up your dog on Sunday and went like, and we'll probably record tomorrow. I'm like, oh, that's right, I was going to be on that. Yeah. So I watched it again, this time like paying more attention to have more of a critique again that night. And
I watched it about an hour ago.
Yeah.
Yep, and yeah, that was real fun. I wish y'all could have been there because I got to say to Scott, "Watch My Hero, Scott. Watch My Hero.
Do it.
Watch. Does this feel good, Scott?"
Look, if I throw my hat here, I have to go over there and get it. Okay.
See, that is why I was not leaning on Kirran to fucking watch it because, I mean, I was a little, but that is the worst way to get somebody to actually enjoy something that you presumably want them to enjoy is to pester them about it.
It's to make them watch it.
Yeah, whereas Grant forgot he was going to be on this, and he watched it anyway because he likes it.
Yeah, it's a show I enjoy, and was told that the episode had come out, and so I was like, all right, well, I'll check that out.
Well, tell me,
And then I
Grant,
did.
did you enjoy this episode of My Hero Academia? Episode 1
So
of season
this
3?
episode was not very good.
No.
Yeah, this
Flat
might be a
out.
short conversation.
Yes. So this episode was, here, I can go kind of point by point. We open up with what I think every season has opened up with, which is Deku going like, UA, where everybody goes to be a hero. And this is the story about how I became the greatest hero. And then the theme song starts. Not a great theme song.
No.
I think a lot of people like it a lot less than I do. I thought it was just okay and astounding.
Too much auto-tune. In my notes, I wrote, Muscle Boy looks fun.
Yeah.
Titan, question mark?
Yeah, there's the blonde guy who gets real buff. Don't know what that's about. Curious to see where that goes. But, opening happens, and then basically it just sort of kicks off with the clip show episode. And I'm trying to think of what the first actual thing we see after that. After that, it's the bar for the League of Villains.
Yeah, then I think it's back to Midoriya doing his weight training. Then Electric Boy and Little Pervert show up, and they're like, let's go to the pool. And he's like, okay, yeah, we'll go to the pool. And then we find out that's because the girls were talking about going to the pool, and Electric Boy and Little Pervert overheard them.
However, that's not before we have, I think, 3 flashbacks in the time span where we get to that plot point, because initially, we have the bar scene, and they talk about, like, man, I can't believe they brought down Stain. That's crazy. And then, like, flashback of that. And then it's, goes to Deku. We see Deku working out. And he looks at the TV, and he starts thinking about that first time he saw, All Might.
Yep.
And it's just, he's like, I can't believe All Might came to me and gave me his power. It's crazy. Sometimes I can't believe it. And it's just like, for those of you just tuning in, here's everything that's happened so far.
So really, Kirran could have just watched this, and he would have been fine.
Honestly, it would have lost 99% of its emotional impact, but the beats were all there.
If it wasn't for the fact, I would have loved to have made a drinking game out of this and just drank for every flashback. But I knew I had to come to work later, and I didn't want to show up dead.
Yeah, would have been a rough one.
Yeah, this episode. So in anime, especially for something like this that had a huge break in between seasons 2 and 3. Their idea was, hey, let's get everybody caught up again because, again, it's been a couple of months. Yeah. Kids have a lot of things that they're doing. They're watching different shows. They've got school. Let's catch them up on everything that happened. This isn't episode 1 of season 3. No. This is like episode 0 of season 3. So I'm going to judge it exactly as it is, which is a clip show with a modicum of original material in there, which has to do with them swimming, that I actually liked.
Yeah, like that's kind of the sad part is like anytime it would cut to what is essentially the B plot, the thing moving forward, it was fun and it was good character interaction and seeing people interact in ways that I liked.
Although it was bad because every time, so we'd get a little bit of that, and then one of the characters would look over to Deku and like, Deku Midoriya, and then suddenly go back through their whole history with them.
Yeah,
like, oh yeah, I forgot, we need this. I forgot that every time I look at Ben, I just think of all the times that we've spent together.
Yeah, I look at Scott and I go, when we first met, I didn't think we'd be friends, and I cut back to us bumping into each other at Youmacon for the first time, and me going like, whatever. And then I'm like, and here we are.
Right.
Yeah.
I remember that time you saved me from a burning bus, and I was like, man, that Scott, he was a hero when I didn't think he was.
Yeah.
Folks at home who point out that I often do this during every one of those is me doing that.
Yeah,
flashing back
flashback.
to Unfortunately, you at home can't see it, so it seems like dead air, but it's there to serve a narrative purpose.
Yeah, I always love the idea, like somebody actually did this fantastic thing of Scrubs, where they took all of JD's inner monologue, cut it, so he's just kind of sitting there as the other person staring at him. Yeah, and here, it was so awkward and weird. These cute, funny moments suddenly being intercut by these characters having these existential monologues about their purpose, about their friends, and it's like, what is this?
Now I wonder how this episode would hold up if you cut out all the flashbacks and just ran
4 minutes long, first of all.
Well, yeah, but would it be an enjoyable 4 minutes, or would it seem really just disjointed?
It would probably be pretty jarring to have them be jumping from thing to thing, just like, hey, Tenya, hey, Deku, Todoroki's over here, it's time to swim.
But yes, so, these high school boys really want to see these high school girls in their swimsuits.
I do like that Invisible Girl in their imagining of what everyone looks like in their swimsuit. Invisible Girl, you can see her ass crack from the inside because she's invisible. So you see the fold-in of her swimsuit. Someone pointed that out to me, and I was like, you know what? That's a weird take, but all right. You catch the things you catch, I guess.
That should be weird to me, but that's actually kind of neat.
It's weird that someone noticed enough to post about it on Twitter for me to read about and catch on a second viewing.
Yeah.
It's interesting in a optics and physics perspective.
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose you have to admire the attention to detail that somebody on the staff said, well, no, this is how it would work.
This teen girl's butt crack would look like this from this side.
Also, real quick, how old are these girls?
They're like
15,
sophomores
16,
in high school, so...
I hope they're all 16. I mean, that's still too young, but goodness.
Yeah, that seems like a weird place to...
It seems like a line you could draw, I guess.
Yeah.
No, it's just, here's the thing. Like, some states in the United States have 16 as at least the, like, minimum age. Like, so at least there I could be like, well, at least you're following the letter of the law.
To jump from this dangerous subject, I think it looks weird that Mineta looks like he's like 10 years younger than everybody else in the squad. Because all the dudes are jacked, and he is just like tiny cartoon boy.
They do that on purpose because imagine if a character like, let's imagine if Tenya were the one who was perving. Imagine if any of the regular boys.
Oh,
were
so
the
you're
ones-
saying they change up his visual style to make his disgusting acts seem a little bit more innocent?
I don't know. Kamina and Gurren Lagann was perving left, right, and center, and I don't know that felt any more objectionable than anyone else who does it in anime.
Yeah, but okay, I don't think that Kamina was as utterly bad about it as Mineta was. Kamina wanted to peek on girls in the hot spring, which is like I don't know, some weird Japanese tradition of, men. But Mineta takes every chance he gets to be
The difference
gross.
with Kamina is he had a character outside of his.
Also
perversion.
that.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's fair.
Yeah.
Also, he doesn't wear a diaper.
Yeah.
Also, he doesn't wear a diaper. I mean,
But,
there's a reason that he's called the Grapist in many circles. Is all I'm saying.
So speaking of growth spurts, our boy Midoriya seems noticeably taller than in the last season.
I don't know how much that's actually a difference, or whether or not I don't know if he gets to stand next to other characters very often. But actually, everyone in this school has damn near perfect bodies. Did you notice that? Fucking, you have Todoroki over there just cut like a fucking.
Yeah, I mean, one imagines that this school would probably self-select for that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The people who are interested in going into superhero high are probably the ones every time we see Midoriya in his bedroom at home, he is
lifting.
always got those dumbbells.
Yeah, it makes sense, but it is still weird to see a bunch of high schoolers basically
Yeah. I mean, and it's also a genre trope. This is very much a love letter to Western superhero comic
Oh, yeah.
books.
Yeah.
And everybody in Western superhero comic books is A, jacked, or B, has huge tits.
Yes. Which, real quick, I glossed over this when I was talking about the different flashbacks we kicked off this episode with. They do spend a solid 4 to 5 minutes, I feel like, with just Eraserhead naming every single member of the class.
Yep.
And what's great is the range of just hearing these powers listed out goes from okay, that sounds useful to okay, it seems weird that they get to be here because the one guy who's superpower has a tail. He can manipulate it as if it's another arm or leg. And it's that doesn't that could be useful in some situations, but compared to super strength, or can blow things up, or hyper speed, it's has extra limb.
There's always going to be a last place, okay? There's always going to be the one guy who has the least interesting power, but is still technically a superhero.
So and so, she's invisible. That's kind of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much the same as X-Men. You've got Angel over here who can fly, but just normal with wings. And then you stack him up against Rogue, who has that and the super strength and can suck your life juice out. It's, I don't know. It's a weird thing.
Who can fly without wings that can be broken.
Yeah.
Also, I skipped that part because I knew exactly what was happening, and I'm like, he's just going to list off their powers and strengths, so I skipped the end of that scene.
I liked it because I have a problem of forgetting everybody's name in this show, i.e.
Yeah.
why I name them by their power more often than their actual name.
Yep.
I mean, I know fucking Diaper Kid's name, it's...
Yeah, the only
Mineta.
reason I remember that is because we've got an active member in our Twitch chat named Best Boy Mineta.
Oh, yeah!
Yeah.
Because it's ironic.
Yeah, I assume. I don't know. Maybe
Oh,
that's.
my God.
His power is throws his hair.
Yep.
The
But
mangaka had to cover how he got in in a special chapter, in between thing. It's hilarious.
yeah, but yeah, you've not been part of our regular program. I did not write a plot synopsis this week because why?
Yeah.
Usually I do, and everybody gets a dumb nickname because I cannot remember character names.
Okay.
So you're in good company here.
All right.
Moving
Good.
forward, I suspect that you will go back to doing the...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to your nicknames.
But so yeah. They want to see the girls in their swimsuits. They do. They wear very modest swimsuits.
I like that when Mineta flashbacks to hearing about this, the first thing we get is the girl who can make stuff out of her body. She's just like, oh man, I'm so sad that we're not allowed to plan trips because of the summer camp that we're going to be going to, which is what I'm assuming this season's going to be kicking off with being about. And she's like, me and my family, we're going to go to Venice this year. And then just Uraraka is just so bougie. That's a pretty good interaction with that.
Yeah. Yayarase is one of my favorite girls in the entire cast just because she's so friendly and so sweet and so ready to help everybody, but she's also incredibly like rich.
Yeah.
So she's got this disconnect from everybody of like, oh yeah, this is my house. What? It's an actual mansion. Oh my God. What?
What about it? I've lived here my whole life. I don't know what's different about it.
Yep. So Bakugo shows up.
Yeah.
He remains Bakugo, does
Yes.
what Bakugo do, which
Classic form.
is stomps in, says, "Fuck you, Deku. I hate you. You want to go?" And they do go in swimming race form.
Yes.
Well, swimming. I think Deku is the only one who actually like gets up in the water and does it proper.
Yeah, I think you might be right. I think Tail Dude might have.
Yeah. I don't think
Yeah,
they show much
some of the
him.
characters definitely do swim because they complain about this is supposed to be swimming.
Yeah, nine, like at least over half of them don't though.
Yeah, oh
Like,
yeah.
the first
A
2 sets of
significant
them
portion
don't swim,
Yeah,
Yeah, because why would you?
yeah.
which I found hilarious. I was like, oh, they're not even gonna penalize them. Nope. Okay.
Yeah, and only the boys take part in this race because the girls signed out using the pool for sunbathing, while the boys, in order to feel like they could get away with it, they said they were going to use it for endurance training. Which I did like that little bit of like the guys being pissed at Mineta and Karasima or whatever his name is because they're like, why would you sign us up for endurance training? Now we can't hang out with the girls because they're doing something else. We didn't think we'd get it otherwise. We couldn't put it out as like want to look at girls.
See, and that's why Mineta has never bothered me, because he may do creepy, awful things, but he never ever gets what he wants, and he usually ends up punished.
Also,
for it.
you know what? Got to hand it to him. He's also a kid who knows to make lemonade out of lemons. Because when they get there, they're like imagining like, oh man, can't wait to see all the girls in these bikinis. And they get there and they're all wearing their school issued uniform,
Yep.
swimming uniforms, which are not very like super flattering or show offy.
Yeah.
And Electric Kid's like bummed out, and Mineta's like, you know what? These uniforms are fine too. I can deal.
Actually, funny enough, that's a fetish for some guys. The
Oh, yeah.
school uniforms? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but even like you see other school uniform swimsuits in anime, and they are always like none of them are
Way
this
tight.
modest.
Yeah.
Like these are like they've got full shoulders and arms covered. They've got legs like almost down to the knee.
Yeah, they're body suits.
Yeah, like they don't quite have petticoats like those 1930s ass swimwear that you see, but damn near.
Meanwhile, you get Tenya coming up in there wearing these like shorts and
Who
nothing
looks
else.
super weird without glasses.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. By the way, so Tenya is weird because he's a total nerd, yet he's jacked as fuck.
Well, yeah, because his whole life is about being his brother.
Yeah. He's just huge.
Yeah.
The boy is huge. What is he drinking? What?
It's that Ida family.
Man.
Yep. So
Or
they
Tenya family.
they have their little swim tournament. Final 3 are ready to go. It's It's Midoriya, Bakugo, and
Todoroki.
there you go, Ersatz
Fire Eyes
Zuko.
boy.
Got it.
Yeah.
But Eraserhead shows up and tells him pool's closed, and
Yeah. Hey, it's 5 p.m. Get
Yep.
out.
and that's pretty much the episode. There's like a bunch more flashbacks and another like half second. Like, by the way, training camp starts.
We get one cut. Okay, so there's a little bit of important information that is dropped at the very end that I think actually does kind of matter. I'm hoping for plot stuff
Yeah.
because they go up and we're talking to this one guy, Vlad, who I'm assuming was introduced in this episode because I don't remember him. And Eraser is like, hey, so we changed the location of the summer camp last minute.
Yep.
Only the higher ups know about this because we don't know. We don't want these kids to be in danger, and it's possible they are getting leaks from the school. So literally, only the top brass,
Yeah.
me, and now you know about this. Don't tell the students. Don't tell anyone. We're changing the location.
Yeah.
And then
It cuts straight from
Yeah.
that to the villains getting a phone call.
cuts that to the villains making a phone call, going like, "Hey, got an update for you. The game's about to start." And so like I don't know if that's implying something, or if it's just, scene being next to each other to make you think, like red herring it.
Yeah.
But it feels very like, oh, them taking these precautions ain't gonna matter.
So I have to preface this because you two haven't read the manga.
Yeah, I haven't read the manga at all, so I have no idea if either of those lend to anything.
I've got to keep my mouth shut about a lot of things. So it's going to be really interesting moving on, because when you guys are like, man, I wonder if this is setting up for that, and this is setting up for that, whether or not I am going to do my best to not speak too much to anything.
I'll avoid looking at you.
Yeah. I'm only going to say what I like, what I dislike, and I'm not going to talk about future plot points of what could mean what. Because honestly, how could I? At some point, I'm either lying or faking it. And while I think I could do it, there's no point. So that puts me at a sort of a disadvantage. But I'm probably going to end up talking about a lot of the technical stuff at this point because I already know how I feel about this story for the most part. So that just needed to be prefaced because going forward, after this, it's all material I have seen.
Yep. Well, speaking about how you felt about the story, gentlemen, get your cards ready. Skip this episode. It's a recap episode. It's fine. It's unobjectionable, but it's also totally skippable.
Yeah.
This is not like a harsh knife, but knife.
Yeah. We're not gonna kill this show. We're watching it. We're gonna watch it. We're gonna report on it week to week. This episode sucks. I mean, it's got some cute stuff in there. Like, legitimately, the stuff that's good is like, oh, that's fun and nice and funny. It is surrounded by bullshit.
I get you took a long break and you feel like you need to catch people up. You can do that in a couple minutes by going previously on, get it all out of the way at once, and then start your story.
Yeah, just take the first 5 minutes, man.
Yeah. So, I'm still looking forward to this.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, here's the thing. Anime does this. If I did not have to watch it for this show, I would have skipped it and felt none the worse for it.
Yep.
So, not a big deal.
Yeah.
I look forward
Limitation of the medium more
Yeah.
than an actual critique on the show itself.
Yes. Yeah, I look forward to the actual first episode of the 3rd season next week.
But until then, I guess we'll see you later. And thanks for joining us for the first episode of My Hero Academia.
Woohoo!
That was season 3.
Yeah.
And I'll be here for the rest of these, right?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Grant will be here for all of them because, again,
'cause-
Kirran was too busy.
Because I follow this show.
Yep. And we like liking things here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, we
Despite our triple murder right there,
Yeah.
we like this show.
I mean, look, when we wind up watching something actually bad, we also have a lot of fun hating on things, but we try not to set things up to fail.
Yeah.
No.
We want to have people here who are excited to talk about things. And I'm excited to talk about things with you, Grant.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah. After the Pokemon one we did and after the Super one, I like throwing ideas back.
Thank you.
Yeah, that Pokemon one was a whole lot of fun. Like, it was really good having somebody who, next to me, who I could turn to going, hey, what's the deal with this? Because I don't fucking know. But, so yeah, those of you in the YouTube audience, if we haven't cut this out yet, see you next time. See you next week.